Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's story is one that sounds impossible at first, the kind of moment that makes an entire room go silent. Imagine a powerful billionaire, a woman who owns companies, buildings, and influence, suddenly standing in front of a quiet janitor and saying for shocking words, "Please, marry me."
Yeah.
That actually happened. It all started on a cold Monday morning inside one of the most expensive office towers in the city. People in sharp suits rushed through the glass doors, phones pressed to their ears, assistants following behind them with coffee and folders. The building belonged to Alina Hartwell, a billionaire single mother known for building a technology empire from nothing. Magazines called her brilliant, competitors called her ruthless, but the people who worked in the building noticed something else. She always looked tired. Late nights, endless meetings, court battles, investors, headlines. Running an empire was exhausting, but the one thing that mattered most to her was her 80-year-old daughter, Lily. Every morning, Alina arrived early so she could leave early enough to spend time with her daughter. But lately, something had been bothering her, something small, yet impossible to ignore. Every morning when she walked through the lobby, she saw the same man quietly mopping the marble floor. No one paid attention to him, except her. His name was Daniel. Daniel was the building's janitor, simple uniform. Calm eyes, the kind of man who never tried to be noticed. But there was something unusual about him. He greeted everyone kindly, even the security guards and interns most people ignored. One morning, Lily happened to visit the office before school. While Alina handled a quick meeting, Lily wandered near the lobby and slipped on a wet spot on the floor. Before she could fall, a pair of hands caught her. "Daniel, careful there," he said gently. Lily giggled. "Thank you, mister." That tiny moment changed everything, because after that day, Lily insisted on stopping by the lobby every morning to say hello to the janitor who saved her from falling. Alina noticed how different her daughter acted around him, calmer, happier, safer. Daniel never tried to impress them, never acted nervous around the billionaire owner of the building. He just treated them like normal people. And strangely, that was rare. Weeks passed. One evening, Alina stayed late at work after a stressful meeting with investors. Her company was facing a major lawsuit that could damage everything she had built. As she walked through the nearly empty building, she saw Daniel sitting near the hallway fixing a broken chair. "You're still here?" she asked. He smiled slightly. "Someone has to make sure everything still works tomorrow." She laughed softly for the first time that day. That was the beginning of their conversations. Small talks turned into longer ones. Sometimes about work, sometimes about life, sometimes about Lily. Daniel listened more than he spoke, and Alina realized something shocking. He never treated her like a billionaire. He treated her like a person. Months passed, and then the problem appeared. A very big one. The lawsuit against Alina company became public. The media started attacking her. Investors became nervous. Reporters waited outside her office building. One night she sat alone in the conference room, staring at documents. Millions of dollars at risk. Her reputation. Her company. Her daughter's future. She felt overwhelmed, and without thinking, she walked downstairs. Daniel was there, cleaning like always. "Long day?" he asked. She sighed. "The longest." He handed her a bottle of water. Such a small gesture, but at that moment, it meant everything. She sat down and started talking. Really talking. Not like a CEO, like a tired single mother who didn't know what to do next. Daniel didn't interrupt. When she finished, he said something unexpected. "Money problems are loud, but the real answers are usually quiet." She looked confused. "What does that mean?" He smiled. "You already know what matters most. You're just surrounded by people who make it hard to hear it." That sentence stayed in her mind for days. Because deep down, he was right, but that wasn't the moment that shocked everyone. That came later. One afternoon, during one of the worst weeks of her life, something happened to Lily at school. A small accident. Nothing life-threatening, but enough to scare Alina badly. She rushed to pick her up and held her tightly. That night, after putting Lily to bed, Alina realized something that frightened her more than the lawsuit. She was completely alone. No partner, no one she trusted, no one who cared about Lily the way she did. Except, her mind went to the lobby. The janitor. The man who always treated her daughter with kindness. The man who never wanted anything from her. The next morning, the building staff witnessed something they would talk about for years. The billionaire owner walked directly toward the janitor while he was cleaning the floor. People slowed down to watch. She looked nervous, which almost never happened. "Daniel," she said. He stopped. "Yes." She took a deep breath. "This might sound crazy." He waited. Then she said, "Please marry me." The mop dropped. A receptionist gasped. Someone nearby almost spilled their coffee. The most powerful woman in the building, proposing to the janitor. Daniel stared at her quietly, not shocked. Not excited, just thoughtful. Which confused everyone even more. Finally he spoke. "Why?" That single word made her pause, so she told him the truth. About Lily, about trust, about how every person around her either feared her or wanted something from her. You're the only person who treats us like normal people, she said. My daughter trusts you. Then her voice softened. And honestly, I think I trust you too. Silence filled the lobby. People pretended to work while secretly listening. Daniel looked down for a moment, then back at her. And what he said next shocked everyone even more than the proposal, I'll marry you. He said calmly. The entire lobby froze. But then he added something no one expected. On one condition. Alina blinked. Anything? Daniel shook his head slightly. Don't answer yet. Now everyone was curious. What is it? She asked. He looked directly into her eyes. For 1 month, you stop being a billionaire. The room went completely silent. She frowned slightly. What does that mean? No assistance, no special treatment, no expensive restaurants, no headlines, he continued. Just normal life. People nearby exchanged confused looks. Daniel wasn't finished. Take your daughter, live a regular life for 30 days. If after that, you still want to marry a janitor, he shrugged gently, then we'll talk. Even the security guard looked stunned because nobody spoke to Alina Hartwell like that. But instead of being angry, she smiled, a real smile. Dill. And just like that, the strangest agreement of her life began. The next few weeks shocked her more than any business deal ever had. For the first time in years, Alina walked her daughter to school herself. No driver. No bodyguards. She cooked breakfast. Burned pancakes. Twice. Lily laughed harder than she had in months. They shopped for groceries. Together. Stood in lines. Carried their own bags. Something unexpected started happening. She felt lighter. The noise of the billionaire world faded. The pressure faded, and she began noticing small moments she had missed for years. Lily, holding her hand, laughing in the kitchen. Watching movies on the couch. Meanwhile, every evening she still stopped by the building lobby. Daniel never asked questions, never checked on the challenge. He just listened when she talked. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, something else changed. Her feelings, she realized she wasn't just grateful to him, she actually cared about him. Deeply. One night, near the end of the month, she asked him something. Why did you make that condition? Daniel leaned on the mop thoughtfully. Because if you married me as a billionaire, you'd always wonder if you escaped something, or chose something. She stayed quiet then, he added softly. I wanted you to choose? That answer stayed with her. Finally, the 30 days ended. The same lobby. The same floor. The same janitor. But this time, something felt different. Alina walked toward him. No reporters. No employees pretending to listen. Just the two of them. 30 days are over, she said. Daniel nodded. So, what did you decide? She smiled. I still want to marry you. He studied her face carefully. Are you sure? She laughed softly. More sure than any deal I've ever signed. Then she paused. But now I have a question. What? She tilted her head slightly. Why are you really a janitor? For the first time, Daniel looked a little nervous. And then he sighed. Because it's quiet. She waited. Then he continued. 10 years ago, I sold a company. Her eyes widened slightly. What? Software company, he said casually. Worth a few $100 million. She blinked. You're joking. He shook his head. After that, everyone treated me differently. He looked around the lobby. So I started over somewhere. Nobody cared. Realization slowly spread across her face. The janitor was also a millionaire. Maybe even richer than some of her investors. She laughed, not because it was funny, but because life had just surprised her again. So, let me get this straight, she said. A billionaire asked a millionaire janitor to marry her. Daniel smiled. Sounds ridiculous when you say it like that. She nodded. Double quotes. Good. What? Because normal life is a little ridiculous. For the first time since they met, they both laughed together in the empty lobby. And upstairs in the office tower. People would soon discover that the quiet janitor and the powerful billionaire had just made the most unexpected decision of their lives. But the most important person's reaction came later that evening. When Lily heard the news, she stared at both of them, then asked the most serious question of all. Does this mean he's staying? Alina smiled. Yes. Lily ran forward and hugged Daniel. Good. And in that moment, all the money, power, and headlines in the world suddenly felt small compared to something simple. A family beginning in the most unexpected way. And sometimes the people we overlook are the ones who understand life the most. So if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who believes kindness still matters. Because the world can surprise us when we least expect it.